Okay, picture this. You're reaching for a bag of Doritos. You know, those nacho cheesy triangles of pure deliciousness. And have you ever stopped to think, like, what exactly gives them that crazy, bright, almost neon orange color?
I know what you mean. It's definitely eye-catching.
It is, and it's not cheese magic.
Nope, not even close.
Today, we are diving deep into the world of food dyes, specifically one you might know as yellow number 6.
That's right. We're going behind the scenes of that iconic Doritos color.
All right, so yellow number 6 also goes by Sunset, yellow FD&C yellow 6, or even just E110 internationally.
Yeah, it's got a lot of aliases.
It's like a secret agent of color.
I like that, a secret agent of color, but in simplest terms, yellow 6 is a synthetic dye, meaning it's not found in nature.
So it's not like squeezed from some exotic super yellow fruit.
Not quite. It's actually made in a lab and derived from petroleum.
Petroleum.
Yeah.
Like what we use for gasoline? That's in my snack.
It is, but remember, lots of things we use every day come from petroleum after it goes through various chemical processes.
That's true. I guess I never really thought about, like, where these dyes come from.
Right.
But how does petroleum become this bright yellow dye?
Well, that's where the chemistry gets pretty interesting. Yellow 6 belongs to a family called azo dyes, and basically it's all about the way the molecules are structured, specifically a part called a nitrogen double bond, and that's what gives it its vivid color.
Okay. I'm not a chemist, but I think I'm getting the idea. So this azo dye yellow 6 is what gives Doritos nacho cheese that eye-catching orange.
Exactly. If you look at the ingredients list, you'll see yellow 6 and often yellow 5 listed together.
Interesting.
Food scientists, they combine these dyes a bit like an artist mixing paints to get just the right shade.
So it's a yellow tag team for maximum cheesy impact.
You got it.
But are Doritos the only place I'm going to encounter this yellow 6?
Oh no, you'd be surprised. It's in a lot more than just crunchy snacks. Think about those bright green dill pickles you see in the grocery store.
Wait a minute, green pickles?
Yeah.
You're telling me yellow 6 makes things green too?
It can. Often yellow 6 is mixed with blue dyes to create that vibrant green hue. It's all about clever color combinations.
Okay, my mind is officially blown, so it's not just about making things yellow. What other colors does yellow 6 help create?
Well, think about the golden crust on some breads or the color of certain cereals, even condiments like mustard and salad dressings. Yellow 6 is pretty versatile.
Wow, I never realized just how many things contain this dye. But why is yellow 6 used so much? Is it just about making food look more appealing?
That's definitely a big part of it. Bright colors tend to attract us. It's just human nature. But yellow 6 is also popular because it's cost-effective to produce and very stable, meaning it won't fade easily, keeping those colors vibrant for a long time.
So it's like the reliable workhorse of food dyes, always there, always bright. But this brings up a question I'm sure our listener is wondering about. Is yellow 6 safe to eat?
That's a great question, and one we'll explore in more detail later in this deep dive. But for now, let's test your knowledge with a quick true or false game about yellow 6.
Ooh, a pop quiz. I love it.
All right, let's see if you've been paying attention.
Hit me with it.
First statement, yellow number 6 is completely banned in Europe. True or false?
That's a tricky one. I feel like I've heard something about that before. What's the answer?
It's false. While there have been concerns about yellow 6 in some European countries, it's not completely banned across the entire EU. They do have stricter labeling rules, though, requiring manufacturers to clearly indicate its presence on food packaging.
So more transparency for European consumers. Okay, next statement. If I eat too many Doritos, my skin could turn yellow. True or false?
That's a fun one. And it's false. While some food dyes can cause allergic reactions in sensitive individuals, they won't actually change your skin color.
Okay, good to know. I can still enjoy those nacho cheesy chips without worrying about turning into a banana. All right, last statement. Yellow number 6 is made from all natural ingredients. True or false?
That's false. Remember we talked about how yellow 6 is a synthetic dye derived from petroleum? It's definitely not something you'd find growing in a garden.
All right, so no natural sunshine in this yellow dye. But speaking of things we find in nature, I'm curious about the environmental impact of yellow 6. Is there anything to be concerned about there?
That's an important question. Because yellow 6 is synthetic, it does require a lot of energy and resources to produce. Plus, the chemical processes involved can generate waste that needs to be carefully managed.
So even if I'm personally okay with consuming yellow 6, there's a bigger environmental cost to consider. It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly. Our choices as consumers have impacts that extend beyond ourselves. It's about recognizing that interconnectedness.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like even if a tiny amount of yellow 6 in my snack seems harmless, when you multiply that by millions of consumers, the impact adds up. What can our listener do if they're concerned about the environmental footprint of yellow 6?
Well, knowledge is power. Just being aware of what's in our food is a great first step. You can start by reading labels more carefully and choosing products that use natural coloring agents instead of synthetic dyes.
So swapping out that artificially colored candy for a bowl of fresh fruit, for example, getting that vibrant color straight from nature.
Exactly. Small changes can make a difference. And remember, sometimes the less colorful option might be the more sustainable one.
That's food for thought. But before we wrap things up, is there anything else about Yellow 6 that might surprise our listener?
Well, this might surprise you, but yellow 6 isn't just found in food, it's also used in some cosmetics and even medications.
No way. So my lipstick or that vitamin I take could contain Yellow 6.
It's possible yellow 6 is quite versatile, and manufacturers use it for its color consistency and stability across a variety of products.
Wow. I never would have guessed that. You really do learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So we've uncovered the secrets of Yellow 6, from its chemical origins to its unexpected hiding places. But before we let our listener go, I want to leave him with something to think about. Next time you're at the grocery store, just take a second and really look at all the colors on the shelves. All those vibrant yellows and oranges. Some might be from, good old-fashioned nature, but some might be our friend Yellow number 6 in disguise.
It's true. Yellow 6 is a lot more common than we realize. It's in so many products that we just encounter every single day.
And that's why this deep dive has been so fascinating. It's made me much more aware of what's actually in the food I eat and the products I use.
That's exactly what we hope for. It's all about making informed choices as consumers.
Exactly. And sometimes, those choices might mean opting for a less vibrant color in favor of something more natural, more sustainable. Who knew colors could be so complex?
Right. But that's the beauty of knowledge. It empowers us to look beyond the surface and make choices that align with, our values.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining me on this colorful journey into the world of Yellow number 6.
It's been my pleasure. Until next time, happy snacking, everyone. And remember to keep those minds curious.